Hey, howdy, hey! I don't know if I should go with that, but I'm gonna. So, lesson 65. My only function is the one God gave me. The idea for today reaffirms your commitment to salvation. It also reminds you that you have no function other than that. Both these thoughts are obviously necessary for a total commitment. Salvation cannot be the only purpose you hold while you still cherish others. You can't say, I'm only doing this, but you're also doing a bunch of other things. That makes sense, right? Okay. The full acceptance of salvation as your only function necessarily entails two phases: the recognition of salvation as your function and the relinquishment of all the other goals you have invented for yourself. Wait, what? I have to give up everything that I want to do? Not really, sort of, kind of? I don't know. I take this to mean that no matter what it is that you are doing right now, your focus needs to be on choosing forgiveness and choosing happiness. So maybe you're on this path to become a doctor, and that's a pretty big path with a lot of steps and a lot of commitment. But maybe it's not really what's going to make you happy, and God's goal or will for you is happiness, so maybe His will for you is not to become a doctor. And even though it would be incredibly difficult to stop what you're doing and change courses, maybe in the end you'd be happier, and therefore it'd be the best thing you could possibly do, even though it might make everyone around you upset or confused or just whatever. There's a woman down the street who, I cannot remember what her job was. She had some sort of like corporate job, and she was doing it for probably 2 decades, and she just wasn't happy. She did not enjoy it, and the thing that really made her heart sing was cooking, and she was good at it. So she said, forget it. I'm just going to quit this job. Maybe it wasn't that simple, but she ended up quitting that job and going to become a chef, and now she owns her own restaurant down the street from my house. She used to be the main chef at this other restaurant that was already there, and she was a hit. Everybody loved her, and now she has her own restaurant, and it's doing very well, and she's happy. She's doing what she loves, and she's an inspiration for those around her who feel like they are too old to change course. She was already, I think, in her 40s when she decided, nope, I'm not going to do this anymore. I want to do something different. And I know some of you think 40 sounds old, and some of you think 40 sounds young. You're thinking, well, I'm much older than that. I cannot change now. Bollocks. I just learned that means testicles, so maybe I shouldn't say that. Anyway, that's baloney. I do not agree. No matter how old you are, it's never too late to change course. The only time it's too late to change course is when you are gone, when you are no longer in this body and this body is dead. That's when it's too late. So if you're still breathing, it's not too late. Figure out what makes your heart sing and do it. Okay. This is the only way in which you can take your rightful place among the saviors of the world. This is the only way in which you can say and mean, my only function is the one God gave me. This is the only way in which you can find peace of mind. Today and for a number of days to follow, set aside 10 to 15 minutes for a more sustained practice period in which you try to understand and accept what the idea for the day really means. Today's idea offers you escape from all your perceived difficulties. It places the key to the door of peace, which you have closed upon yourself, in your own hands. It gives you the answer to all the searching you have done since time began. Geez, course. A little intense much? Yes. But really, I think it's important that they phrase it in such dramatic ways because it's the truth. If you are not living your happiness, then you aren't a light, then you're not salvation to yourself or anyone else, and what's the point? Why are you here if not to be happy? Is your life supposed to be miserable? No. If you didn't say no, think about it, because it's not. Your life is not supposed to be miserable. And if it is, it's time to start looking at what's going on. Okay. Try, if possible, to undertake the daily extended practice periods at approximately the same time each day. Try also to determine this time in advance and then adhere to it as closely as possible. The purpose of this is to arrange your day so that you have set apart the time for God, as well as for all the trivial purposes and goals you will pursue. Okay, they are trivial if you think about it. Today I went to the grocery store and got some toothpaste, a sponge, and dishwashing soap. So those things, in the grand scheme of things, are trivial. It's true. But I need to do them, and I can do them and still be fulfilling my purpose of forgiveness and love and light and happiness. It's true. Okay. This is part of the long-range disciplinary training your mind needs, so that the Holy Spirit can use it consistently for the purpose He shares with you. For the longer practice period, begin by reviewing the idea for the day. Then close your eyes. Repeat the idea to yourself once again, and watch your mind carefully to catch whatever thoughts cross it. At first, make no attempt to concentrate only on the thoughts related to the idea for the day. Rather, try to uncover each thought that arises to interfere with it. Note each one as it comes to you, with as little involvement or concern as possible, dismissing each one by telling yourself, "This thought reflects a goal that is preventing me from accepting my only function." So our ego, for whatever reason, there's this part of us that self-sabotages and makes us think of all the bad crap that could go wrong. And 99.9% of it is BS, okay? So drop those thoughts and say, "This thought reflects a goal that is preventing me from accepting my only function." What's your function? Remember, happiness, love, light, joy, peace. Yep, and it comes from forgiveness and choosing happiness. Okay, after a while, interfering thoughts will become harder to find. Try, however, to continue a minute or so longer, attempting to catch a few of the idle thoughts that escaped your attention before. But do not strain or make undue effort in doing this. Then tell yourself, "On this clean slate, let my true function be written for me." Woo! I love that. On this clean slate, let my true function be written for me. So we look around and we come up with what we think we're supposed to do in this world. And sometimes you may be spot on, but oftentimes we create all kinds of obstacles and difficulties and try to force something that maybe it was never what was supposed to be for you. So in letting those things go, you clean your slate, your book, whatever, and you let something new begin to grow. You need not use these exact words, but try to get the sense of being willing to have your illusions of purpose be replaced by truth. Finally, repeat the idea for today once more and devote the rest of the practice period to trying to focus on its importance to you. The relief its acceptance will bring you by resolving your conflicts once and for all, and the extent to which you really want salvation in spite of your own foolish ideas to the contrary. We are self-sabotagers, for sure. And when we can get past that little beast within us that tries to fuck everything up, when that goes away, life gets good. Okay, in the shorter practice periods, which should be undertaken at least once an hour, use this form in applying today's idea. My only function is the one God gave me. I want no other, and I have no other. Sometimes close your eyes as you practice this, and sometimes keep them open and look about you. It is what you see now that will be totally changed when you accept today's idea completely. You want to change your perception, you want to change your world, you want a happier, rose-colored world? Well, choose happiness. Okay, I have this little thing here that I drew. I'm going to show it to you. Forgiveness equals my function equals salvation equals happiness equals forgiveness. All of these things are connected and are of the same thing, basically. So if you want if you want happiness, you must choose forgiveness. What's my function? My function's forgiveness. And I should probably have something that goes between my function and happiness as well. But you get the idea. They're all connected and they're all of the same thing. So forgiveness, happiness, salvation, These are all your function. They're all your purpose. And then it'll help you figure out what your purpose is as far as what you're doing here in this world, in this day, in this life, in this body. Because I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure this is not the first time I've been to Earth. I'm pretty sure I've been here quite a few times in many different bodies, as many different people, and I just don't remember it exactly. But who knows? I don't. I can't prove it exactly. Maybe you can. Okay. Alright guys, that's the last part of this lesson, and so I will see you for lesson 66. Toodles!